A youth pastor that I'm coaching was surprised last week when new students showed up at his Wednesday night event. But he shouldn't have been surprised, and neither should you. What we're finding is that as churches are reopening, new students are showing up. Maybe they were invited by a friend, maybe they have questions about God, maybe they just want to get out of the house. Whatever the reason though, new students are showing up as churches are reopening. And then what we're also finding is students who haven't been around in a while. They've been distracted, they've been disengaged, they've been busy with other things. They're also showing up as churches and your ministries are reopening. Maybe they're hungry for community and connection. Maybe they also have questions about God and where is God in the COVID-19 crisis? Where is God in the situation that's going on right now in terms of race relations in the country? For all sorts of reasons, maybe it's these, maybe it's others, students that haven't been around in a while are also showing up. So now, when you reopen, you need to look forward to and expect to have students that you've never met show up, and you also need to have an expectation of students that you haven't seen in quite a while showing up. And so here's the deal. Because you've got all these different types of students showing up, you need to plan your message accordingly. In any group of people, you're going to have students that are skeptical about faith. You're going to have students that are struggling with their faith, and you're going to have students that are strong in their faith. And when you write your message, when you plan and prepare your message, and ultimately when you deliver your message, you need to bend the application of your message toward each of those kinds of students. You got to assume that all of those types of students with all of that with all those different types of faith are actually in the room. So one of the ways that I try to think about it is with students that are skeptical, I'm not going to try to necessarily get them to do anything, but I want them to think about something that I have talked about or mentioned or recommended in the message. So I might say, look, if you're skeptical about faith, I'm not asking you to commit to anything tonight. What I'm asking you to do is to think about this. How might the situation be different for you? How might the situation be different for your family or for our community or even for our country or for our church if this was happening more frequently? Just think about it. For students that are struggling in their faith, I'm also going to try to lower the bar of commitment. I'm not asking you to commit to doing anything for 30 days. I'm not asking you to commit to seeing things this way for the rest of your life. All that I'm trying to do is get you to try this out for the next 3 days, for the next 5 days, for this week, and then come back next week and let's talk about how it went for you. Just try this out. And then for students that are stronger in their faith, I want to bend an application for them that really challenges them to put this into practice, to make what I'm saying a regular priority, a regular habit in their lives. And that way they begin to see the ways that God can work in them and through them. And so you've always got these three different types of students, and it's just going to really be helpful for each of them and for you and for your ministry if you bend the application of the message in each of those directions. Again, some students are skeptical, some students are struggling, and some students are strong. And it's really going to help you out when you assume they're in the room. Assume they're all in the room. Now, if you want more practical tips like these, head over to betteryouthministry.com. You'll find everything you need right there.